Do you have a business? Do you want to make it grow? Well, that is what I do. And on today's edition of the Thrive Time Show, we break down the epic success and growth of one of my clients, Lake Martin Mini Malls. Yes, the owner of Lake Martin Mini Mall has grown his business by 90% in just 2 short years, and you can too. You want to hear his story? I know you do. Here it is. It's the Thrive Time Show on your radio and podcast download.
Get ready to enter the Thrive Time Show.
We started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we here. We started from the bottom, now we here.
We started from the bottom, now we're on the top, teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. Z's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the C&Z up on your radio, and now 3, 2, 1, here we go! Yes, and yes. Thrive Nation, many of you listen to this show on a daily basis because you want to grow a successful company. And frankly, that's the only reason that I'm relevant. I'm not that smart. I'm not that good at sports. I'm not that funny. But what I am good at is growing companies. And I want to encourage everybody listening to the sound of my voice that you have the mental capacity needed to grow a business. And so on today's show, I'm interviewing a longtime client and a man who I consider to be a friend of the program, a guy who's just like you, meaning that he actually had a dream, he had a vision, he had a goal to grow his business, and he's done it. And along with the help of our team, we've been able to work with this gentleman to help him grow his company, and I am absolutely fired up to have him on the show. Jason Lett, welcome onto the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Good afternoon. Yeah, I'm doing fabulous. Glad to be here.
So, Jason, how much have you grown since we started working with you?
Since you started working with me, probably 90 to 95%.
90 to 95%. Wow.
Yes.
And what length of time?
That was early 2019. We grew about 20% the first year, 70% the second year, and then we're up this year as well, over our best year ever last year.
Wow. Okay, now where are you located?
I am in central Alabama at beautiful Lake Martin.
So what is your website if people want to go to your website to learn about Lake Martin?
We actually have 2. It's Lake Martin Cubed, Q-U, that's not right. It's Lake Martin Cubed, CUBED.com. We also have LakeMartinMiniMall.com.
LakeMartinMiniMall.com. And what kind of stuff do you sell at Lake Martin Mini Mall and LakeMartinCube.com?
So we specialize in outdoor living spaces, from outdoor furniture to stone, natural stone, anything to make you spending your time with your family and friends outside a little bit more enjoyable.
Now, you guys had to hear about us through somebody. Did a friend tell you about the business coaching that I've been doing since 2006, or did maybe did you find us online or through a podcast, or how did you initially hear about me?
You know, I really don't remember. My brother found you somehow and called me and said, I think this may be good for this side of our business, meaning the store. And so I took a phone call with you shortly after that, and we were off and running.
Since you've started working with us, again, you've been working with us so long, and a lot of our listeners, are new to the program or they're finding out about it for the first time. You've been to a workshop, correct?
I have.
How would you describe the workshop experience? What's it like when you attend a 2-day interactive business workshop here at the Thrive Time Show?
So I love the energy. That's the main thing. That I've been to 2, and I'm coming again soon. But the energy that you guys have in the workshop just gets me fired up to do more and more in my business, and then to take away the knowledge that y'all have put together and present during the workshop it's just really well done, and it's really well put together, and there's just a lot to learn, a lot to take away. I don't see it as like a motivational thing. It's stuff that you can actually use in your business.
What would you say to somebody who's on the fence about getting out to a workshop? Because, a lot of workshops, they get you in for, $200, and then next thing you know, there's a guy in the back of the room hard pushing you. He's trying to convince you got to buy now. You got to sign up for the Magic Money program, or, there's a lot of that kind of pressure. They're trying to sell you a certification. They're trying to push you into buying a bunch of crap. How would you describe that aspect of the workshop?
Oh, yeah. So there's zero sales pressure, and it's just your genuineness of wanting other people's businesses to grow. And that's what you're presenting. You're not selling, you're not pushing. And so it's relaxing, and I'm not having to keep a guard up to make sure that nobody's going to hit me with another sales pitch around the corner. So it's just great in that respect.
And you've grown by 90% in 2 years?
Correct.
Wow. Now, for people out there that are saying, well, how did you grow? I just want to break down. I don't want to get too much into the weeds, but your company, it's a beautiful lake you're on. I mean, you have the fundamentals. I always tell people, step one, you have to sell a product or service that people actually want. Again, step one.
Correct.
You have to sell a product that people actually want. What kind of products do you sell there at Lake Martin Mini Mall?
So our number one thing is outdoor furniture. Even though we're not a furniture store, we sell a lot of outdoor furniture, a lot of natural stone for landscaping and building projects, umbrellas, the best cantilever large umbrellas that you can buy, people put on their docks, just things to fix up your lake home or your country home, whatever it is that you're working on.
What's your hot seller? What's your hottest seller?
The hottest seller right now is furniture.
Furniture. So
Just
step one,
furniture.
if you're listening out there, folks, step one, you got to sell a product that people actually want. I know that's a controversial idea. I recognize there is some Marxist out there that just graduated from a 4-year college where they're saying it's the ideas that matter. Yes, I've got a new idea. There's somebody listening right now that says, bruh, I got an app, bro. And I want to make this app. And you say, well, bro, are you a coder? No, bro, I'm not a coder. Okay, so do you know how to code? I don't know how to code, bro. Do you have a friend that codes? No, bro, but I have an idea for an app that could change the way that people organize their apps. You see, this app would remind you of all the apps you have, bro. Bro. And everyone has an idea for a coffee shop. Bro, I want to do a coffee shop,
right.
bro. But you actually had a product. So if you're listening right now and you do not have an actual product or service, don't reach out to us. Please save yourself, save myself, save all of ourselves. The headache, the heartache, the frustration. Just don't reach out unless you have a product or a service. Step two, you got to improve the branding of the product or the service. I mean, you've got to make sure that your branding looks good and not hood. Someone says, what? I mean, you got to make sure that your branding looks good and not hood. And so a lot of times people have a great website, and the product, the website looks so good that people buy, less than great products. Other times people have a crappy website and people won't buy their great products. Did we help you with the website, or tell the listeners out there what we did with your website?
Yeah, so y'all built us a complete website that we had full control over because I made a mistake on my first one and kind of gotten locked in and couldn't really control it.
Yeah.
So y'all have helped us with that, and branding all the way around with the signage around the store to stuff on the website to designing T-shirts. I mean, you've helped me with all of those things, and there was something else I was going to say that just left my mind. So
well, it's great. This is great
see,
because
I'm not that smart either. Anybody can do this because I'm not that smart. I mean, I may be better looking than Clay, but that's probably the only thing I got going.
I tell you what, you are better looking. Now, I'll tell you this now, folks. Step 3, you got to create a sales script /sales funnel. And someone might say, what's a sales script or a sales funnel?
Yes.
What I'm saying is when someone actually calls your phone, they pick up the phone, they go to lakemartinminimall.com. There's somebody out there who's going to do it today. You pick up the phone and you call 334-857-3900. You actually call Lake Martin Mini Mall. You call 334-857-3900. The phone rings. Someone has to answer the phone. And if someone says, hello, what? Then you're probably not going to get as many sales. Or if somebody says, what had happened was, who did this? Who did? You got to have people that answer the phone with a coherent mind. And a lot of times, business owners have a grandfather, a cousin, a person with a less than functional mind that they just met at the bus station, and that's the one who greets their customers over the phone or in person, and it can really kill the sales. Have we worked with you on sales scripting at this point, scripting the calls and making sure that in scripting the customer experience so that people have a good time when they actually come in the store?
Yes, very much so.
Have you used sales scripts or the experience script or both? Or?
We do a little bit of both. So that we're consistent, so that everybody's consistent when they answer the phone, everybody's consistent when someone walks to the door, no matter who's here or who we're training. We can be consistent as long as it's working, and it is. So you've helped us with phone scripts, with interview scripts, with video scripts, with customer experience scripts, all of those things.
Now, the next step 4, you have to create a sales experience that actually wows people. You know, when people come in, they have to love it. They have to go, oh, yes. Do you now have an experience there at Lake Martin Mini Mall where customers actually come back and maybe even bring a friend?
Yes, all the time.
What kind of stuff are you doing now?
Our number one form of advertising is probably word of mouth.
What kind of stuff do people enjoy about the store? Do you offer free samples, or do you have a certain overhead music? I mean, have you nailed down the sights, the sounds, the smells, the atmosphere?
Yes, so we've got overhead music outside and inside because we have a large outside area and a large inside area. So we've got outdoor music playing everywhere. We have actually a shop dog that wanders around that's grown up here that people will come in and call her by name and just come to stop by and see her. We have candles throughout the store. We have smells that people will come back to. They'll smell the candle burning, and that's what they just got to have one of those. As far as sites, we just make sure, being very intentional about how everything's placed and everything looks, and there's no broken windows or garbage bags in front of the store.
So you want to be intentional with the sights, the sounds, the smells, the decor. Now, step 5, after you've done that, you got to make a checklist for everything, because people forget all the steps. I mean, once you make all the steps, you got to write the steps down because people will forget the steps. Tell us, have we worked with you to make a checklist for everything?
We are working through that constantly,
Yep.
making checklists and more checklists. I mean, it's a never-growing thing to systemize what we're doing here. So, I mean, that's a constant working on checklist and more checklists, and having the staff page that they can all access all this checklist on our website. And so yes, y'all are doing all of that for us.
Now, step 6, you got to measure. You have to measure what you treasure. You have to, because tracking will reveal where you're slacking or where you're lacking. Do we work with you on tracking your numbers?
Of course, and that's the weekly thing. The first thing we look at is our lead tracker, which tracks our sales, our profits, our margins, our leads, our advertising dollars, where they were spent, are they worth it, are they not worth it? That's something greatly that y'all helped me out with, was to stop spending money where it wasn't worth it. So we've reduced our advertising costs and increased our leads during the time I've been with you also.
Now, the next step is once you have the tracking going on, you have to charge the right price if you want your life to ever be nice. You have to charge the right price, or you have to charge the right price, or your life will not be nice. Have we worked with you on pricing at all, or did you already have all the pricing nailed down?
No, we had that pretty well nailed down.
Got it.
Because I have a certain lifestyle that I like to lead, and I have to charge a certain price for a product for that to happen. So, and I'm not ashamed to tell my customers that when they try to negotiate on prices. Sometimes I just don't want to negotiate. So,
now the next step number 8, you have to learn how to hire and inspire people. How to hire people. Have we worked with you on learning how to hire people, how to recruit people faster, onboard people, find more good job candidates?
Yes, all of those things. So the group interview that you guys helped me with, the scripting and the whole process and running the ads, the group interview is huge. I have found every time I've done the group interview, I find quality people fast without taking up a lot of my time. So that was one of the things that I'd never thought of or done before, but it has been working great.
Now, the next step, and there's so many other steps that we do, but I'm just trying to give the folks out there some final 2 steps here. You must board down when the rest of the world would struggle with boredom by default. You must board down when most of the world would suffer from boredom. Now, what does that mean? A lot of times people learn the system and they go, man, the system is on fire. I love this system. The system is hot. And you go, well, are you doing the system anymore? They say, no, I'm not doing the system anymore. Well, why aren't you doing the system? Well, I'm not doing the system because I got bored. And that's what a lot of business owners do. They get bored with what works, and then it's like a constant dysfunctional loop. Do we each week kind of go over some similar thing? I mean, once we built the systems, I mean, now we have to kind of stay on target. Do we work with you on the consistency aspect?
Yes, consistency aspect and still adding new things to the system that I have to work on, and so there's never any boredom around here. So
now the final thing that we do, and I'd like to get your take on this, is I always tell people you have to have a dream. Yeah, it's true, but you have to have a team if you want to achieve the dream. You have to have a team. You can't do it by yourself. I mean, so in our case, when we work with a client like yourself, we provide videography, photography, web development, search engine optimization. So many things come with the service that we offer. Could you speak to that a little bit? Has that been helpful for you or not so much? Or I'd love to get your take on that.
Oh, yeah, it's crucial because there's so many things that y'all do that I don't know how to do and don't really want to take the time to learn how to do.
Yeah.
I would rather have the team on the backside that's very efficient and working at it. And it's all of the, like you said, the search engine optimization, writing 13,000 words a week or a month or whatever it is to make sure our websites are ranking and following up with all of that stuff. I mean, it would cost me, I don't know what, way more than I pay y'all to hire someone to keep up with all of this stuff for sure.
Well, I could say before I invented this company or started this thing, because I couldn't find anything like it in the world, I hired a search engine guy, and I'm going to quote the web guy, and I just want to get your thoughts on how you would react to this. The guy I hired, his name was Bruce Clay, who, by the way, does a great job. His website is bruceclay.com. Do you want to guess, Jason, how much I paid him per month to coach me on search engines, just on search engines?
I don't even want to guess.
$8,000 a month for a year.
$8,000 a month.
And they don't actually do it. They just teach you what to do. How would that go over for you if somebody said, for $8,000 a month, I'm going to teach you how to do it, but you still have to do all the coding yourself?
Yeah, that would not happen at my here. No.
Now I want to continue because I want you to feel better about because we worked together for a couple years, but you might laugh at my expense. The videographer that I used to hire back in the day, to do the videos, I had to, because I built America's largest wedding DJ company, So every time I wanted to shoot a marketing video, I would pay like $4,000, $3,000 to $4,000 for every video. So like once a month, it's like a $3,000 bill for a video. How would you feel about that?
There again, we would be not doing those videos for sure. I would not be paying someone that much money.
Okay, and then the online ad guy. I don't know if you ever dealt with this. I had an ad manager that I hired, and he was never available. I always felt like he was one bender away of being unreachable. Have you ever dealt with a web guy that took your money and ran?
Not and ran, but I did feel like I didn't get what I paid for sure.
Okay. Now, the other thing, I've paid for consultants. I remember one guy back in the day, I won't mention his name, but I will mention how he sounded. He used to say, Clay, baby, I love your business. If you ever need anything, you just call me, baby. Call me. He used to like to say that, Clay, baby, call me. So I would call him, thinking that, Jason, every time I would call him, I didn't think he would charge me per minute or per hour. Because he'd say, if you ever need anything, you just call me. You call me. And then every time I would call him, I was like, man, this guy's super reachable. Things are going well. And then I get these astronomical bills. Have you ever dealt with consultants, accountants, or lawyers that do that kind of move where you pay every time you talk to them?
Yes.
How does that work for you?
And I usually don't deal with them anymore. Once I figure out their little
move
tricks and tactics for doing that, their little move.
Yeah. So what would you say to somebody right now who's on the fence? Our next business workshop is coming up in December. And again, these events, we don't sell thousands of tickets. We try to keep it intimate. Our next one is coming up here December 2nd and 3rd. Again, if you're listening to this, I don't know if you'll listen to this, a year from now. But as of December of 2021, our next one is December 2nd, December 3rd. What would you say to somebody out there who's on the fence about getting out to one of the workshops?
Well, it's it would definitely be valuable to your business. You need to come ready to take notes and to put into action. Clay could teach me everything that I want to know, but until I put it into action, it's not going to do me any good. So I definitely highly recommend the conferences and business coaching and everything that you've got going on.
Now, final question I have here for you. Some people they've been to workshops in the past, business workshops, where the speaker gets up and says, "Today at the business workshop, we're going to teach you the 8 steps to market your business effectively during the 3rd quarter. But first, we're going to open up our syllabus, and we're going to really explore the syllabus. But then we're going to salute the flag, and then what we're going to do is we're going to break up into huddles, and then we'll go." And then it's just like they never get to the point, and it's not fun. Did you have a lot of fun at the conferences? Did you have any fun? Was it okay? Was it? Can you maybe speak to that? Because I know a lot of people just don't want to go into a boredom-induced coma.
No, yeah. So they're absolutely a blast with the energy that's going on. The speakers that are talking, that are, high energy, moving around, lots of information, but also just makes it fun to be at. I mean, it's just a fun experience all the way around. I brought my 16-year-old son to one the last time, and he actually learned a lot, even though he doesn't have a business. He learned a lot and loved the energy and the way the things were presented. It kept his attention the whole time.
Did he have fun? Did he have a good time, or did it give you an opportunity for you and your son to talk about business at all? Or?
It did, yes. And he's looking at going into business for himself after high school, and this was a great opportunity for him to come in and just see that other people are doing it, and there's a better way to do it than what most organizations or companies put out there, or most coaching programs have. There's just a better way.
The only thing I'm frustrated about is that we have no idea how we found each other. We just know that your brother told you about me. No, because this is interesting.
A phone call or something.
Because everybody, it seems like everybody that we have now says, "Oh, my friend told me about the program." And we only take on 160 clients, and so it's kind of like if we have an opening, it's a good fit kind of thing. But I'm just curious I'm always curious. So we'll have that unresolved tension, but maybe if you talk to your brother and he tells you, you can tell me so I could just resolve that in my mind, because I have to know where you came from.
I will. I'll try to ask him. I'll ask him and see if he can remember.
Okay.
Last time I asked him, he did not remember, so this is probably not going to
change.
Again, but
yeah, that's okay. Well, I appreciate you very much, brother. Congratulations on the success. And again, folks, today's guest is a diligent doer. He's not somebody just seeking knowledge just for the sake of seeking knowledge. And in fact, if you're out there and you are just seeking knowledge to seek knowledge, and you want to waste your time, I recommend you go to college. That's a great place to go, where you can just talk in circles and everybody applauds, and they give away awards for the best idea. And you could, never actually make any money, but you'll actually win awards in college for the best idea. But in business, you only get paid off those results. So thank you for not being an asshole, meaning someone that just asks questions and doesn't apply anything. Thank you for not being an asshole. You've returned my sanity.
So your business coaching program is much less expensive than any college you would go to, and you actually can make money with it. So,
well, I didn't mention that, but it's $1,700 a month, folks. $1,700 a month. That's what we charge. We do have scholarship programs. I know what it's like to grow up poor. I know what it's like to not have any money, and so I know that there are people out there that have a business, that they sell a real product or service, and maybe you just haven't ever really had success yet. And maybe you feel like you're too old to have success, or too young, or you just don't have the money to get started. And if you're in a spot where you have a real product or a real service and that you're selling, and we do an assessment, we think it's a good fit, we do have scholarships available to help people in need. So don't be discouraged if you don't think that you have the financial capacity needed to make it happen. But thank you for being here, brother. I really do appreciate you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Yep, I sure will. I look forward to seeing y'all in December.
Take care, man. Have a good one. Bye.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Now, if you're out there listening today and you want to get tickets to the in-person workshop there, all you have to do, this is how you do it. You go to thrivetimeshow.com. So I'm going to go there with you. You go to thrivetimeshow.com. And there's a button there that says Business Conferences. And so you click on the Business Conferences button at thrivetimeshow.com. You click there. And there you can request tickets. And as of right now, we have just under 70 tickets left. just under 70 tickets remaining for our December 2nd and 3rd conference. The tickets are $250 or whatever you can afford. So if you're in a tight spot, you can afford to get out to it. It's in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And at the conclusion of today's show, I'll play a little commercial for you that shares with you more about the in-person 2-day interactive workshops. They're the world's highest rated and most reviewed business workshops. You can buy tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, you can buy your tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. My name's Clay Clark, and I would love to help you grow your business and for the year 2021 to be your best year of business yet. And now, without any further ado, we like to end each and every show with a boom. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom!
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot-coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.